Tonight, I'm going to build this Lego Creative 3-in-1 modern house. I think it looks really good and it's the perfect pair next to the Lego Friends Andreas modern mansion. So without further ado, let's open it up and start building it. Obviously, it's quite big, so I'm not anticipating myself to finish building this today. I bought this with a very good price, so it was like already 10% off from the warehouse New Zealand, and they were doing some like additional 15% off. So total like it's like 25 to 30% off. It's actually a pretty good price. So I just get everything else. So it's actually quite big. Um, Obviously got back one here in 6, 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's pretty much it, right? 1, 2, 3. So I think I will get 1, 2, 3 done tonight. And 4, 5, 6. Okay, 4, 5, 6. So just 9 back. Hopefully it doesn't take me so too long. 7, 8, 9. Let's just get the box next to me. Every time the first day building a set like this, like often takes a while for me to get prepared. Well, I could have prepared before I start building, but then I like to introduce the set and open it up right in front of the camera. So that's it. So can't wait to do this set. So let's just open up the instruction booklet. And at the same time, I think today I might, comment on some of the recent Lego announcement as well, or some of the sets that we viewed recently. Because there are quite a few topics, and I don't want dedicated just to make a video of me talking stuff, because nobody cares about my opinion anyway. So we got 3-in-1, so I'm not going to build this one because I'm more interested in this configuration. The other ones, looks nice too, but I feel like the main or default view looks the best. Obviously, the other one would be quite useful, so I'm not going to build the other two. I will put it back into the folder, which this folder I usually throw it away at the end of the building because I don't keep boxes anymore unless it's a very special boxes. The reason is just don't have the space. As similar as that. Anyway, let's just start building in. Most of the time, Creator 3-in-1 don't have any exclusive elements. I don't know if it's exclusive or not, but definitely we have this minifigure torso here, which I have never had before. Maybe it appears in some other sets, but it's always good to get something like you never have before. So it's not that late, it's just right before 10:30, but at the same time, I'm not going to carry on too late in the evening because I do have some responsibilities during the weekend, which if I try to build too late, it might hamper some of the plan, and we've got some really big windows. Let's just build the minifigure first. Unfortunately, the clay pieces always lots of scratches. Um, that's really not the ideal situation. Right? Anyway, so recently there are lots of things announced. Obviously, the Adidas and well, not Adidas, but Lego and Nike partnerships. I guess the Adidas partnership has ended. Um, I haven't buy any apparels or shoes that release with the Lego brand because I mean they some of them looks nice, but it just not suit my style. And I did bought that Adidas Superstar. I didn't buy two. I bought just one because the key thing is I wanted that gift with purchase, right? So that was pretty cool. So hopefully, we get something similar. Imagine you get a Air Jordan View and comes with I don't know. It really depends. If it's just the sneakers, probably won't buy it because I'm actively trying to reduce my spending, right? This and I much prefer like buildings and minifigures. So unless there's a very 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 interesting gift with purchase, I probably will not buy it anyway. So where's this? This is like OCD kicks in. I want the thing to kind of face the right way. I think this is the swimming pool next to it, is it? No, it's the front. So we will need to have these two kind of facing the right way. So it has to face this way. That's just thing that I wanted it to be. So I'm not going to follow the instruction exactly. I can kind of have it my way. Then how then? That's the questions. Yeah. So at the back is this color over here. So yeah, that's just the Nike and Lego collaboration. I do look forward to it to see what's coming. Some of the promotional material kind of show us a new variant of the golds, which hopefully they kind of release in some other future sets. But that's it. But there are a couple of like things like coming like obviously I pre-ordered the Legend of Zelda set, which means that I have to watch my spending. And then they announced like two other sets recently. It's the Nightmare Before Christmas, and also what's the other one? I forgot. The Harry Potter one, the collector's edition Burrow, that looks really nice. It has some really cool gift with purchase alongside the release as well. So let's just talk about the Nightmare Before Christmas. I think $350 I think they were retail. It's actually not such a bad price. And then although the build is kind of like open back to it's like complete, but the back is open for playability. Having said that, they have some of the characters done specifically for the set, and those are probably like the key sell point, especially for me. I like special minifigures and stuff. So that's one thing, but unfortunately, I need to prioritize on another set that I have yet acquired because it's a new set. It's not going to like retire like in a month or two, or even within a year. So that gives me time to sort out. I'm trying really hard to sell some of my duplicate sets or sets that I no longer need. Um, so let's see. And I'm not trying to sell like the market price. I'm gonna sell what is the cheapest price that I'm willing to accept. But anyway, this one is actually pretty cool. Like something that I never feel this way before. So let's just do the step first. So the other thing is the Harry Potter one. The gift with purchase looks good, but it's not like necessarily must have. It doesn't hurt as much as I think last year when they announced the biggest bang. They have a gift with purchase that is specific extension for the set that I couldn't afford that time. So that hurts a little bit, of course. But it's inevitable. You can't afford everything, especially with the price. But having three major set release at the first week at September. Like in total, if you're considering the seller like that 500 and then 450 for the Burrow, actually it's not a really bad price. And 450 is reasonable. I mean, the model looks like it should be just 350 or something like that. But obviously, because of the license cost, it's gonna cost a little bit more. But well, anyway, if I missed out the gift with purchase, that's fine. I'm not going to feel as bad as last year. But again, there's so many great things, and there's some other sets that not going to release anytime soon. So recently there's a gamers conference in the US, and they of course they announced the Super Mario Kart sub themes. Um, you know, like we all wanted the mini. I mean the whole set, the whole concept is nice. And also they use the existing Mario figure for the scaling, so the build of the cards are actually pretty good. Believe it or not, that's how I feel about it. But at the same time, we really want the mini figures, right? So will I buy any of it? Probably not, unless it's like clearance. But I guarantee you, in New Zealand, right, whole thing doesn't sell at all. So you will get like 60-70% off if you wait until the end of the shelf life. So if I really want it, I might have to wait. And the other thing is, they also announced some of the new Animal Crossing sets releasing January 2025, I think. Those are pretty cool set. Again, you've got like iconic character. They finally do the AFOL sister. What's that? The apparel store, the fashion store, and that's one very important one. And then they've got the character villager Shasha as a newer villager in recent updates of, well, not the most recent, which was still quite a few years ago. But with that villager, first must have, for me, right, I like the game. And then they've got another set with Leaf, the guy that kind of sell you plants and stuff. And then they've got another squirrel type villager, which I don't have much attachment to it, but I do want the Leaf minifigure. And then finally they got the Celeste, the set, that character kind of visiting the island and to do some DIY related to space and stuff. The set is good, but I have problem with the minifigure. Not the head though, but I just wish like the body, the arms, they kind of use like Lego has released a couple of minifigures with the arms that are more representing wings. I think that is a lot more appropriate. So the whole Celeste minifigure kind of looks weird, I would say. So it's probably like the first time from the theme I thought the minifigure is not as good. But I guess for people that hasn't played the game that much, like might be okay with it. But that's all the recent announcement. That kind of I want to comment on a little bit. So you see, it only takes like 5-7 minutes to talk about those anyway. So what we're going to talk about, I don't know, there's not much happening recently. There probably be something, but it's more like venting. Again, I mentioned before, I don't want to use this as a venting mechanism, because a lot of people around me aware what I'm doing, and I don't want to get into trouble. Anyway, that's not the key thing about this. It's really building this particular modern house. I think so far it does feel refreshing to me, because it's something different. And even though like the looks of it looks like the MJ small mansion, but the whole building experience is very different. I think this one is less complex, to be honest, but it tried to use a lot of smaller pieces to create some of the details. So unfortunately, I think my voice, I mean, my throat is not as itchy, so I have less coughing. But at the same time, I think my voice is not doing that well today. Not that I have a sore throat, but it just doesn't sound as smooth, I guess. I will find out once I import this video into the laptop and try to, well, even though I'm doing a raw footage type of video, but there are a few things I still need to trim, not during the middle, but the beginning and the end, because I don't stop the camera when I try to pack up stuff. So some of them need to be cut, and sometimes I do have to retake for the intro part. Sometimes I just feel like, I don't want to introduce this way. Um, and it was before I opened the sets, right? Once the set is open, then there's no going back. So it's more like, hey, I'm gonna break the ice for each of the video, and sometimes I just not feel as good, and I would just try to do it again. And anyway, so we're slowly building uh, the set, so it took a while. And again, they use, is it the snot technique? I don't know. To create the exterior detail, which really is really the key thing that makes this set looks good. Having the texture, like just between it, like because you have this tile, because there's a gap between it, so it makes it looks really nice. And this is exactly the type of view that I like. Uh, It's like it's quite simple, but it gives it a better look, believe it or not. Then it next to here, so you can see how beautiful it looks. And then we've got a huge window next to it. Like again, these are the type of architectural design that you see, in those luxury mansions, and yeah, that looks really good. Unfortunately, there's some scratches on the Lego piece. Don't bother to order replacement, because even if replacement would likely come with scratches. I don't know how they can do this scratch free. I don't think it will ever do that, even though some of the sets that I bought, well, my parents bought me in the 80s and 90s with those big clear pieces, and still up to this day there's no scratches. I think the key difference is, in the past, like such big clear pieces, they kind of package in a way, like not just randomly drop it in a pack, but they used to have the flip open box. They got a tray, all the key big pieces kind of in the tray, and that's what makes the difference, I think. But having said that, though, because those trays are no longer in the packaging, so I just when I was a kid, when we packed up stuff, we just put it back in the box, right? So you still move around, there's still have the risk of scratching stuff, and yeah, and still it doesn't have any scratches. So I don't know. Maybe it's the quality of the plastic. It's different. Um, Definitely, I do feel the the classic sets has much durable plastic feel, I think. Uh, but we'll just have to see, because some of the newer set, I have to wait maybe the same time, like 30 years to see. I'm not sure if I'll still be alive in 30 years. I mean, probably will be still 70 something years old, right? So yeah, probably will be alive, but I'm not sure if I will still be building Lego. And I have no idea if I'm able to keep all this stuff for 30 years. So, um, because think about it, right? My generation, the parents not into like toys like this, right? It's only, know, my generation start to grow up, maybe another generation, slightly not like parents, but like another generation felt that, hey, in past, we don't necessarily able to afford what we want, and then once we, you know, have the financial independence, and you kind of freely spend the money, because it's different times, different approach. And I don't know, so you get a lot of points and stuff, but you're not playing around with it. But then you have kids, right? They start growing up, so they're gonna, you know, play with it. So it's harder to maintain the same condition. For example, I recently built that Robot World roller coaster. So my 2.5 years old want to play with it. So that's why. But then they misplaced a few key parts. And I'm not sure like where it locates. So I don't know. These are the things, right? So, it's not like damage, but then things get lost. It must be still at home. Just not sure where it is. I need to figure out some way to find it, or have to actually get some replacement parts, right? So, and it's quite interesting. So this is the kitchen and the dining area. It's actually looking pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, looking really nice. We got like the oven, the stove. Yeah, and again, every time building a house like this with the back open, I still think, okay, how I can make it like much more like a modular. Unfortunately, I don't have the experiment. Like I'm telling you, like if it's 5 years ago, with no kids, with no mortgages, would probably how do I do that? I'm sorry, I just need to focus on getting this part done. But anyway, with the previous spending power, like probably would have bought like if the discount was so good, right? Should be this way. Would have bought two of this or three of this at that moment. So even though I might start with building the default configuration, but if I really decide to expand it, right, then I would already have the necessary parts. I mean, you don't have to buy the same set to get the parts, right, obviously, but it will be a lot easier rather than, you need to go figure out, okay, what parts do I need and stuff. But yeah, always think about, okay, how this side going to look like. But this is just the side door to get out, which I think they might have the other side kind of facing in the main entrance with the garage and stuff. So that's something to think about how it's going to look like. But anyway, we've got that one done. So we can start with back two, and back two is like doing the next level. Obviously, if you really want to make it modular, then some of you might need to add another layer so that you can actually remove it. But of course, you can always have a fully enclosed one where you don't kind of remove it modular way. Then you can open it up or just kind of clip together. So those are the two key things that you can do. Funny enough, yesterday I built this Harry Potter set, and then it's with plastic bags, and big one like this too with clear bags. So I think in Asia Pacific, if you buy small sets, small to medium size sets, slightly that you have the paper bags. But if you buy big set, you still get the what's that? What's that? What I'm trying to say? You still get a plastic bag. Anyway, so how many we need? 6 of this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, we're kind of adding the texture on the exterior. That's really looking really nice. And back to that many things, so I might but I don't know, I don't want to take so long on doing this. There's 9 bags, right? I don't know, maybe I should do back 4s. we'll see what happens. And then we've got another windows. Just making sure this at the back. And this is how this is actually a really nice looking house. I wish I live in a house like this. But I want to get some house like this in Oakland, right? I need to earn like maybe 10 times more. That's how expensive houses here. Anyway, so this one have less scratches, but it's still a little bit of scratch. Yeah, just have to live with it. And then here we are. We've got. Oh, how come this one only need 5? I don't understand. 3, 4, 5. Maybe they have some other things planned. But yeah, and damn, I'm start feeling a bit hungry. Every time during the weekend, try to build Lego in the evening and start feeling hungry. This is a hobby which it's not helpful if you're feeling hungry during it, because either you kind of get your Lego very greasy or or dirty, because you can't eat while build Lego, right? So you eat, you need to wash your hands and feel like not really in the spirit of enjoy, like different to watch TV, right? You kind of like, oh yeah, let's just sit down, lay back, have some snack while watching TV. Like you can't really do that with Lego building unless you prepare not just get scratches but freeze your fingers, print on your windows as well. But anyway, so far looking really good. Then we need to build something for the interior. So there's a bed here. Okay. Alright. So we've got something here which I have no idea what we're building. It's facing inside. I think it's supposed to add a few artwork. I don't know. Oops, dropping Lego pieces is something that I really want to avoid, because I don't know, like it's a quite tight space. If I want to bend down and try to retrieve something, sometimes I get cramps around this area. It just means that I'm not fit, not enough exercises. But you need to work. You have kids, you have many other stuff that you deal with. Sometimes you just don't have the energy to do exercise, which is not good, because thinking long term, it's probably not the best way to look after myself. Got something happening, so I think back 3 kind of starting from the other side. I think so. Might really need to do back 4 as well, but it really depends on how I go with the next one. Because sometimes I thought, hey, I can do another one, but actually I can't do another. Because you thought, oh, okay, it will only take you another 8 minutes, and it ends up taking you like 15 minutes, and that's the difference. It's make a lots of difference, to be honest. Anyway, so we've got a bookshelf that we need to build. Well, based on some of the images, I do think we will have a bookshelf of some sort. So let's see. Because I think it's a bookshelf, the way that all these tiles are presented. And this look really, like sometimes all this thing, how they create something very abstract is pretty cool. That's how they add some of the interior details when you build, you know, houses or rooms and things like that. It's thing that looks cool. Yep. So we've got so this is why they need the studs on the walls. So this is how it kind of clip onto it to create look like a bookshelf or record shelf, whatever that you want to call it. So that's why they have studs exposed towards the inside, so which is pretty cool. That's something quite. I mean, build lots of set with bookshelf, not necessarily the bookshelf feel stand out, but how the way that it incorporates itself to the wall. That's different. Because usually you just have something stacked up in place inside, but rather than secure itself on the wall. So this is something different and unique. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And got some space on top, and then you have the camera, and the camera is kind of additional pieces to give that the long length. Obviously, it's a modern holiday house next to the beach, then you would need to have some sort of cool cameras. And we've got some awards, I think. That's what this micro figure is probably represent. And then we're building some carpet using this piece here. If you have built the Andre's Morning Mansion, then you will be very familiar with this piece and pattern, because I think it's the exact same pattern but with less extent. Because I think if I recall, I haven't put that set away, but I just put on top of something, so it's not that easy for me to grab it. But might need to take it down just to when I'm doing the in-depth review of this set, might worth just to take that down, because I'm pretty sure like it is the same color and same pattern for some flooring. So that's why I thought, hey, maybe exactly same thing. So we've got a very nice interior details in this particular room, although I wish it has a little bit more depth. But it'll be interesting to see, what you can do when the whole thing is completed. So far, looking really detailed, I really like how it looks, and then what we're doing. And then we've got a very nice looking reclining chair, I think. I think so. But let's see. It looks like a banana of some sort, but we'll see what it is actually. And it's a very interesting use of element to build this thing over here. And this is the headrest. Okay. What does it go to? On top of the. This need to be extra careful so that I don't break the part. This is one of the more interesting view that I have experienced. This is exactly as a reclining chair. It's a really nice looking chair. This is probably one of the best and unique chair I ever built. And then we've got some indoor plants that we need to put it down. Just need to mind the gaps between this part and this part, but it's hard to tell if it's just by looking at the instruction booklet. So might have to adjust it a little bit later on. And what next? What? Okay. Yep. And then even here that they have some other gaps. This is a bit tough to build. Okay, let's just go on top a little bit. I don't think I can. Anyway, this is a quite unique um, plant. Yeah, this is. I mean, looking nice. It's just hard to align what it's supposed to be. Anyway, we've got back to the great lovely chair that we can kind of turn around. Um, yeah, it's looking really good. And then moving on to back three now. We'll see like what back three ends up, and then we can see if I can get through to back four as well. Again, we've got big window, and hopefully the scratches are not as visible as some of the other pieces before. Just to get everything out. That's it. Okay, I think that's it. That's it for now. We can start building as quick as possible. And every time I say that, then I will make some mistakes and prevent me building it quicker. And I couldn't find a one by one. I find it now. Okay. To be honest, there ain't many pieces in this bag, so I think I will able to finish it quite quickly indeed. As long as I don't make any stupid mistake. But sometimes it's not easy to not make mistakes, especially if I subconsciously telling myself to build quickly, right? That's always the challenge. But it's actually pretty good. Does it have 3 levels? Okay, so this side have 3 levels. Obviously, on this part, you don't have any elevator and stairs. Considering how the Andre is on the mansion has an elevator, I think this house will have its own elevator as well. But we just need to finish building this first. Again, the exterior is the most satisfying part of this build. Is just getting this and having the flat tile. It's like when building modular, the most satisfying part for me often is laying out the pathway outside and also the inside, the flooring and stuff, having the flat tile kind of click, 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 click. It just feels so satisfying. And it's actually pretty tall. I wonder if I have the space to to display this set. I don't think I have the space. I just need to figure out, which set I should put away, or does this set in the end worth having it, displayed outside. But it's a really nice looking house indeed. If I see a good discount, I really probably should buy another one. It is actually looking really nice. Okay, let's okay, the side windows. And then we've got this here again. Okay, so this way, I like them to have the the logo and stuff facing outside, so on the surface it's all smooth. That's what I'm trying to get. And yeah, I think I will carry on to bag number 4, just considering, I'm about to finish building this particular bag, and I'm feeling extremely hungry though. But I think, the hunger kind of keeps me alert, like otherwise I would have start falling asleep quite the past 2 days, not yesterday, but the final 2 days of the other set that I was building. Was it the Dark Falcon? Yeah, that was the Dark Falcon, right? Was it? Or it was another set? I think it was Dark Falcon, definitely. Anyway, because of me feeling really tired, start talking nonsense. No, it wasn't Dark Falcon. It was the downtown tram or downtown streetcar. It really depends on the region. It's like a couple of times, especially with city sets, you go to the website and they, oh, this is what the set call, and you look at the box, and then it has a different name. Although it's a really really close meaning, but I feel like maybe it's called different if it's a different region. So let's just figure it out. Okay. So here. Yep, I'm kind of building in the wrong sequence because I just want, the roof tile to be aligned the way that I want. This is especially on the roof that's exposed surface, right? If it's not aligned, I don't feel good about it. But yeah, we're pretty much done. We've got a really cool lights, and I just made a freaking mistake. Okay. Okay. Now I need to bend down. See, it's supposed to be a really, really quick view, and if you make mistakes, and suddenly the whole thing can take a while, and it's not hard to, it's not easy to kind of remove those parts and build again, because it's flat tile. It's good that I have the brick separator next to me, otherwise it's gonna be a nightmare to do this. All right, and this is how it's supposed to go. This is when you try to skip a few steps and try to work your way back. That's what's gonna happen. Anyway, now it's done. And then we can view the ceiling lights. And it is where it's supposed to be. All right. Yeah, should be facing this way. People might say, you're pretty crazy to try to get all this aligned. Yeah, I know. I mean, it got better recently, but it's still a thing sometimes. Oops. Just okay, so which way I should face it though? According to here. Okay, so it's a pretty unique looking lights. I never have a set that with a lights like this. Okay, so just need to make sure that it's all lined up properly. Yeah. So if you really want to fully enclose the easy way, just build another one. Maybe you replace some of this with a clip or a hole so you can connect it together, or have something that you can open it this way. But if you do this, it's not easy to have it on a base plate and then doing a modular, but it will be a really nice complete model. So yeah, this is looking really good. So next step is bag number 4. I'll just start bag number 4 and put a stop at number 5, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. Do I able to do that tomorrow? I don't know, but let's just see how I progress with bag number 4. And hopefully. But struggling to get this open, it's not going to help. I think this one will take a little bit longer just because of the number of small pieces in full. But yeah, I think that would be it. Okay, so this way, face front, kind of this would make sense. Okay, probably it, and then we can go back to this to add the pieces that I haven't added. Just slightly work backwards, but not the full process. Yeah, and I've got the Technic pins to connect these different sections of the house. So because it's quite strong, so it's pretty much the permanent setup. So this is a little bit of cough, but no big deal, not as bad as before. Most of the pieces that I need. What? This right here. Okay. There's a gray color. I'm not sure what role it's gonna play compared to the other parts. On the side that we just built, right, it's all white. Why there's some gray color over here. And then we've got more storage. It will be like this. Facing this side. This is, the typical way to create some Lego furniture that represent a drawers or cupboard. It's a really common way to do things. And then we've got this shorter one. Okay. We have this pillar over here, so I think it's next to the tower or the area that we just built, and then of course we've got the door. Doors right in front of here, and then we've got two small windows. This is the window pieces. It's flat, so it's hard to pick up. Okay. Okay, just two of this. It's next to a door that we just built, and then we just put this together and then put it on. It's a lot easier this way, even though it's slightly different to the instructions. So got a different types of output here. Okay. Okay. There's another one because I thought there's no way because it doesn't line up and keep dropping. Keep dropping pieces. Three of these. This one give here a different look. I'm not sure how it turns out in the end though. I mean, this side the side that we just put looking really nice. I'm sure this side gonna look nice as well, but just need to figure out exactly what it's gonna be. Yeah, it looks like I will stop after this one. It's best to keep the video at certain length rather than go all the way. If I go all the way, the video will be so long that even though I make some progress, but I'm not able to go to bed early. Just because it takes so much time to process the video, not editing, but processing. Okay, we got much of the first four done, but I'm tempted to actually finish this side though. We'll see what happens. But I don't think it needed to finish this way. So this one will have to face here. Sometimes you just need to figure it out where it's supposed to face, right? Okay. And I think here we've got some very interesting way of doing things. So this is the glass fence. And it's a way that I never tried before, and we've got a new element here. I think this element is going to be quite useful though. And then we've got this here. But I think that element, like, yeah, it's really going to be like extremely useful. Yep. Yeah, so this is how it connects, and place it on top. Wow, this is brilliant. Never thought you can actually do this. You see, like sometimes even like sets like this, like it's not like modular or big expensive sets, right? Even though this one doesn't come cheap, still 180 using it. I did get a really, because I only pay like 140 something. It's still an expensive set, like considering, you know, the price that you need to pay. But having said that, you know, compared to like $400-500 set, sometimes you still get some really cool stuff happening. So here, okay, here's how it's connected. Oh, oops. This is the accident that I didn't want. Because how, yeah, well, I think it could have been better. Yeah, just because. Okay, so how do we fix this? I don't know. Obviously, door is here. I don't know, this is really hard to get it secure, and then we kind of try to press it down and just not help it. That could have. I mean, it's a nice design, but I think the way it constructs could have been slightly different, because you need to apply the force down. And it's, where is it? This way? Okay, so this one must be here, right? And this one is here. Okay. This is how it's supposed to be. Because you want to, this is exactly why it's a bit hard. Because I think it will work best if it's more like, you know, using the modular where you have to just do things that you can remove, so it's a lot easier to press that in this. Hopefully I didn't miss any part, but I think I did. Yep, because I think I missed this part over here. Oops. Yeah, looks like this part or the the final bag for today with all this catastrophic mistake. Even though it looks really nice, but you know, yeah, couldn't continue to the next one unless I spend extra time there. So hopefully, this part will make it more secure. Mistakes happen, but those are the worst type of mistake because the entire build kind of fall apart. Luckily, it's not the worst case where every single piece kind of just destroyed. That does, mean that I need to spend way longer than I needed to. Anyway, we've got this here, kind of using the same thing as the wall below. So it's another really nice looking exterior. But overall, this set, the exterior looks really good. And this is how it connects. And then we've got 2 more windows. But after this, then I think that's it, because we have to, Platinum 5 and onwards, we'll have to wait for tomorrow. I wonder how much time I can spend on tomorrow though. So it might mean that we'll have this set getting into day 3 as well. But there's thing that I wonder for. Unfortunately, this door has a really visible scratch, which I really don't like. Although I mentioned that, hey, something that inevitable, still though, if it's too visible, it's kind of annoying. Just make sure that I didn't miss any particular pieces. I don't want to, spend time fixing this. Because it's supposed to be quick and easy. Yeah. It really depends on what bag number 5 means. This is the part where it's annoying because you really want to have it all aligned, but then applying too much pressure on top, create the catastrophic. I just experienced. But anyway, okay, so this is how it connects to the view that we just. Okay, now it's connected. And I think there's some ventilation here. I think that's it. Back 5 will be building the other side, so I think it will take some time because I can see it's quite big. So I'm gonna leave back 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tomorrow. Because I think back 9 is just building trees. So today we're gonna stop at this, and then I'm gonna call it a day and start uploading video. But so far, it's a really looking house so far, and the highlight for me is definitely this relaxing area here with the shelf, and that chair is brilliant. I can't wait to talk more about it in depth with you in coming days. But tonight, that's it. So have a good night, have a nice weekend. I'll catch you again tomorrow.